Hello, it's Kay at Mudholes Pottery here with kiln opening number 27. This is only a little one, to be honest. Test tiles, refires and my dad's bird feeder. So let's open up, see what we've got. Now I got the 2026 Mayco sample pack. They're quite fun to get because you get a little tester pot of each of the new colours. There were some that were more attractive to me than others, to be honest. And in this kiln I've mostly got the mood ring, beetle wing and a couple of other new glazes that I've got. And I have put the new crystals and new speckled glazes on two egg-shaped plates that I made obviously before Easter. Didn't get around to glazing, so I thought they would be ideal just to test the glazes on a flat surface as a big test tile. Anyway, I shall empty this top shelf of test tiles out and we'll have a closer look lower down. Sorry, I've had a bit of a lurgy last few days, so I can still feel it in my throat and chest, and yeah, sounds a little bit husky. Anyway, let's empty this kiln out. Hello, I'm back. Different day, different location, just to give you a closer look of what came out of the kiln. Like I say, it was only refires, test tiles and a bird feeder from my dad. But let's have a closer look. Okay, we'll start off with the bird feeder. I did download a template to follow. Yeah, here it is. Now I took it over to show him and he's really pleased. I did explain that it's on reclaim and this is like a test piece. But yeah, as you can see, it's got a few pinholes in the love it or hate it olive float. But yeah, once we put the lid on, very nice. Yeah, works well. Only problem is one hole at the side did get filled up. I thought I cleaned them out, but obviously the glaze ran into it. So next time I will make the holes bigger. Sorry about my dogs, hang on. Okay, they finished their little song. So yeah, as I was saying, next time I will make the holes a little bit bigger because the idea is the string goes through the top and it obviously hangs. So at the bottom I did a little imprint of some flowers. Idea was for it to be the garden, the grass, into some trees and bushes behind, and then obviously the blue sky with the lid on the top. So yeah, we've got cactus at the bottom, spectrum cactus, olive float in the middle, which I overlapped a little bit, and then we've got spectrum floating turquoise on the top, which I did bring down a little bit and cover with the olive float, I think under and over. And yeah, like I say, just the floating turquoise on the top, which actually looks pretty good on the reclaim. Sorry about that. Sorry Dad, I broke it. Okay. Yeah. Okay, then I'll follow my book through and just whiz through these little test tiles. This is satin clear from Mayco. and I'm glad to see that it likes the speckle and the buff clay. I know Laurie B tested out a speckle, and I meant to double check whether it was the Mayco or the Mayco. Oh dear, having fun, aren't we? Yeah, but that's good. Next I have Twilight, new glaze to me, Spectrum Twilight. And yeah, on the buff, and it does break a little bit blue over the texture. That's just on the plain piece. And on the speckle. I was looking at maybe getting a different speckle clay, but I think I might stick with this one because obviously I've done quite a few tests with it now, and I'm getting to know it a little bit better. And if you've seen I think it's the latest video from Kendall at Bunnyfoot Pottery, she was testing the Northern Lights technique with all different glazes, you know, different from obsidian, and I suggested that Twilight might work well. So I think I'm going to do my own test of that, because it's already breaking a little bit of blue. Yeah, you can see it. Sorry about the clay nails. Yeah. And then another new glaze to me, which I know a lot of you use, so it's nothing special to see these, but it's good to see that a glaze likes your clay before you put it on a big piece. So this is Power Laguna, Power Turquoise. First Laguna glaze that I have, and I've wanted this for quite a while. And I'm pleased to say that it works on my speckle and black clay. So yeah, interesting. Okay, next one is another new glaze to me. Sorry, I'm whizzing through because I've got a lasagna in the oven. This is Penguin Fire Road. It's got a bit of a ancient jasper look to it to me, but definitely interesting. Breaking quite well. The thing with the Penguin glaze is they are like the Spectrums, whereas they seem quite dry, quite chalky, and I tend to rub them once I've applied first coat. I don't know if it's wise to do that or not. Obviously it has gone into the texture a bit there, so that's something to watch out for. But I think it obviously needs the texture to break a little bit. Yeah, more testing needed, but nice glaze. Okay, then on to, from the 2026 sample pack, we have, I thought this is the ideal thing to test it on, Beetle Wing. Now I did 1, 2, 3 coats. I think I knew that, you know, it would need 3, if not 4 coats. And you can still see the texture quite well with the 3 coats. So that's good. And this is on my buff again. And I just, actually I did 2 and 3 coats on this textured heart. Yeah. And on one of my sage pendants. I think I ended up wiping this back a little bit, so, but you can see the texture well. And, pleased to say, on the black clay, that's quite iridescent on there. And it's Sibelco Smooth, textured smooth black, or black textured smooth, one or the other, which seems a bit of a contrary, but yeah, nice clay. Okay, then, sorry, a couple have just snuck in that aren't in the sample pack. I got Frost Blue. Yeah, seems okay. I think it'd obviously work better on the flat. I think I did, oops, I've got to turn the page over. 2 and 3, so the tag's got 2. And this one has got 2 with the hole and 3, so it definitely needs 3 coats, if not 4, I would say, if it was a plain piece. Yeah, the next one is another new glaze which I've been meaning to get for a little while. I ended up getting Mayco Shino because it seemed very similar. But this, I know you can do a lot more, I think, with Albany Slip Brown. So yeah, just a little test of that. Both on the buff. I ran out of speckled clay by this point. Right, next one is Mood Ring. Now, sorry, looking at my book. I think I should have definitely done 3 coats because it is a little bit brown. You can see a little bit of iridescence. The reason I'm saying that is because when it comes to sage leaf as well, but that's quite brown, looks like dead sage leaf. Anyway, we can always refire it, can't we? On the black, I did 2 and 3, and you can see it's got quite a bit more colour considering it's on the black. And I did one of my cat calm stones, which I might make some more of, and you can see the colour quite a bit more on there considering it's on the speckle. Okay, then an odd one snuck in. This is Lily Pad on the speckle. I've got the other test tiles to put in with the other glazes from the pack. So yeah, quite pretty. What I noticed with these little pots, it's like any crystal glaze, you have to stir and stir and stir, and preferably spoon some out onto the lid. I put plastic over the top, so spoon it onto the plastic to use. That way you get the speckles rather than the top with no speckles. So yeah, cute. Now I decided to test them, about a bigger test, on a couple of egg plates that I'd made for Easter and didn't get round to glazing. So on here, I think you can work out what this is. We have got, like I say, baby blue speck, lilac speck and pink speck. And what I did was I put the new white flux along this side, 2 coats, and the clear this side, 2 coats. I think it gives you a bit of an idea what it might be like if you use them on a vertical. Yeah, seems to like my buff clay, which is good. Yeah, interesting. And then I used another egg plate, so just a bit of kiln wash on the back to get rid of. And this we have obviously the crystals from the pack. So we've got Lily Pad, did get a few little tiny pinholes, so I might pop it back in. I don't know if it's worth it. It just gives you a good idea of the glazes. So yeah, Lily Pad, Pink Pearl and Tidal Wave. And same again, I put white side, white flux this side, and sorry, my timer went off. Yeah, as I was saying, white flux this side.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right. It's okay. I'm nearly finished. If it's not the dogs, it's the dinner. If it's not the dinner, it's the husband. Anyway, white flux and clear flux. Yeah, I think it gives you a good idea. And yeah, some interesting stuff going on there. Okay. Right, and then onto the refires. Now, this poor book, I wasn't happy with it, the way it refired, so I thought, right, I'll put some more Black Walnut on and put it back in. And it really does look like an old battered spell book now. So yeah, some interesting colours in that Black Walnut. Obviously it has got some green tea under it as well. But yeah, I think I'll leave it at that. I have another one on the shelf to glaze. I'm still pondering what to do on it. I'm thinking I might do try and do dragon skin with a crawl, but we'll see. Anyway, on to now this mug. It's got a bit of a story to it. I've done a couple of workshops in the past, and I just made a mug, and I wasn't too, what can I say, precise with it. I didn't want people to think that they had to, you know, achieve this perfect creation. So I thought I'll do it a little bit chunky and yeah, not finish it off too well. And I felt sorry for it because the glaze on it, I used, I think, Norse Blue and my reactive white, and it wasn't very interesting. And I thought, I feel sorry for that. So, because there's nothing, it's perfectly usable. So I thought, right, I've got Celadon Bloom, so I will put 2 coats of Celadon Bloom over it. I think it actually looks like, that now looks like sort of seaweed at the bottom, jellyfish in the sea. Yeah. And what is quite interesting is I put Mystic Tide inside, and obviously let the Celadon Bloom run over the top, and I think that's a really good effect. I think it was worth refiring just to see that effect. Let me know what you think. That looks quite promising for a beachy mug. If you try it, please tag me. Yeah. Nice big hot chocolate mug. So, right, anyway, let's poodle on. Which is that trinkets. They came out okay, but I wasn't satisfied. So I thought, right, I do love ancient jasper. So let's just put, because I put micro pearl over the top, and I wasn't really happy with the result. Perhaps I didn't put enough micro pearl. So I thought, right, I'll do 4 coats of ancient jasper. And yeah, I think it's come out quite well. And these are on reclaim, so they had a bit of a battle ahead of them. Like I say, sorry, these exciting games, honestly. I do mix all my clay together. Yeah. And the next one, same with this. It was black aventurine, and I just put some oatmeal around the rim, but I didn't put enough oatmeal, so it wasn't much to write home about. So I thought, right, let's just go with the black aventurine. I think I put, yeah, 3 out. I think it was the same in the ancient jasper. Yeah, 3 out. So it's gone quite sort of matte around the outside, and 4 inside. And I've got some lovely sparkly, obviously when the light catches it, it's a lovely effect. This is another one that I suggested to Kendall Bunnyfoot for her obsidian Northern Lights technique experiments that she's doing. I think it could work really well with the Northern Lights technique. So something to try. Yeah. And that's it from the kiln. I'll just show you my dwarf mugs. I think, sorry, the dogs are just going out now. Okay. Yeah, my dwarf mugs. I think I got a little bit carried away with them. They are quite chunky. I made one previously and he was quite a bit smaller. But anyway, I think they'll probably end up holding not far off a pint. So yeah, if you want to use them for beer, go for it. So yeah, it just needs a little bit of sanding before it's glazed. Yeah, quite a hefty mug. I mean, you can put your finger through. So we've got Mr. Dwarf. Better check my lasagna. Oh my God, this. And Mrs. Dwarf. I think she's got a bit of a wonky nose. But anyway, once they're glazed, I was considering just dipping them in my reactive white because this is actually speckled clay, but we'll see. I'll decide. Anyway, fun. It's slightly big. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll piece this video all together, put some photos at the end. I did take some nice pictures outside, so I'll add those of the dishes twinkling in the sun. It's not a sunny today, but yeah, interesting load. Onto new pieces next time. So if you want to see how the dwarf, well, I suppose they are tankards really, turn out, be sure to subscribe if you don't already, and join me for the next kiln opening. I might do a little glazing video once I decide how to glaze them. Yeah, anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon.